Let's talk about what the truth is about the Jonathan Taylor and the Indianapolis Colts in this entire situation. Okay. I want to start back in January. Okay. Ballard said during his end of season press conference in January, quote, when they're a great player, it's the right move to pay them. When they're a special playmaker, it is. I'm not going to get into everything we're going to do contract wise with him, but when you're a special player and a special playmaker, yeah, you pay them. So Chris Ballard, for all intents and purposes, is okay with paying a running back. Like you look at what Chris Ballard has done before, right? Kenny Moore got paid before ever doing anything in the league, right? Didn't do much of anything, got paid by the Colts because Ballard saw something in him. During the workout, there was something Chris Ballard saw, and he said, okay, I'm going to give this guy a contract. He's our starting nickel. And then over time, Kenny Moore just slowly became one of the best nickels in the league. Like he was one of the best nickels in the league, but people started to know who he was. And then obviously Colts hard knocks happened during the season and people figured out Kenny Moore's a freaking dog. And Kenny Moore finally made a Pro Bowl, right? So Kenny Moore, he's looking to get paid too, but he understands the situation. Okay. But then you come back, look at what Chris Ballard has done. You move past Kenny Moore. Big Q got a record setting deal. Okay. And in case you forgot, he's a guard. Okay. Interior offensive linemen don't usually get broken off unless they're him. Okay. Ballard also spent a 6th-round pick on Big Q, right? He's invested heavily into a guard that needs to be hit on that point. He is a guard. Pay attention to the positions Chris Ballard is paying. Okay. People don't normally pay these positions. Cornerback, big money, especially a slot cornerback, big money. And then Big Q, linebacker, Shaq Leonard. Like he got the biggest contract of any linebacker in history when he got his deal. Like Ballard is not immune to paying these guys. He's not opposed to it. Like you look at what Chris Ballard said in the same end of season press conference, talking about Michael Pittman Jr. said that he was really good and that he wants him on the team. So as long as Michael Pittman Jr. is able to step up and be the number one, there's a good chance he's going to get paid during the season. Right? Ballard is not opposed to paying these guys during the season. He said as much. He just wants to see these guys operate under the new coaching staff. Right? I mean, Andrew Luck gets 25 million to go out the door. Brissett gets 25 million for that season. Uncle Phil comes in, gets 25 million. Right? They took on the Wentz contract. They took on the Ryan contract. Like he's not afraid to make the moves. It's just trying to make the right move and trying to make the move that makes sense for Ballard, which like the Colts, it's a business, man. Like we watch it for entertainment. At the end of the day, it's a business. Multi-million dollars going to these guys. Like they have to do what they have to do. And right now it makes sense for the Colts to being in a position they want to see these guys play. Okay. So then you go look at the Jonathan Taylor side of things. Jonathan Taylor said in April, I went and I spent time to make sure I could find exactly what was said. Jonathan Taylor said in April to the Indy Star, quote, I'm under contract here for 4 years. I put the pen to the paper, so that's where I'm at right now. I have an obligation to them and an obligation to me, but things will happen naturally. And it was after that point when Jonathan Taylor went and found new representation, when he went and got Malky Cowell to be his representation. And things after that point all started going to a place where he quickly, like it was in May. Okay, this where Jonathan Taylor said he was under contract here and would play. That happened April 19th. Jonathan Taylor then in early May, I believe the date was May 9th. Don't hold me to that date, but it was sometime pretty early May where the reports were coming out that Jonathan Taylor wanted an extension in the summertime before the season started. So it didn't take much time, right? He went and got his new representation. Ever since he got new representation, things have gotten weird. Okay. And the facts, okay, these are the facts, are that Jonathan Taylor took too long to have surgery. Just what are we waiting for? You're right. You could have had the surgery long before you did. We're at a point now where you're not cleared to play. So now he isn't cleared to play, but he wants to get paid. Okay. So again, it's completely understandable for the Colts to hold off on the deal. Not only do you want to see Jonathan Taylor operate under a new coaching staff, but you also want to see Jonathan Taylor come back and make sure he's himself after the ankle issue. Right? Like Jonathan Taylor wants $16 million a year. Bro, we got to make sure you look anything like yourself before we just go ahead and pay you. Like, we haven't even seen you in practice. Can you please practice? Maybe we'll give you a contract if we just see that you're you in practice. I like I just it doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand what Jonathan Taylor and his agent are doing. You know, he agreed to a deal. He said he'd play on it. And at this point, Jonathan Taylor's young enough that he can sign a deal now and still get one more good payday on the back end. Okay, by that time, a 30-year-old star running back in the NFL is going to be making, minimum $10 million a year because the cap keeps skyrocketing. That's what I don't think players are taking into account with the CBA. They're fighting against the CBA and the way it's set up for running backs. Dude, the CBA is set up in a way that the cap is about to just go up and up and up and up and up. It's about to be ridiculous. By the end of this CBA, the cap numbers for teams are going to be ridiculous. So teams are going to have money to pay guys like Jonathan Taylor, but especially at Jonathan Taylor's age at that point, again, 30 years old. So I don't understand, like, what are you in a hurry for, bro? Like, if you are you, like you think you're him, you're gonna earn the contracts. Like I don't get it, man. And at the end of the day, I honestly think that Jonathan Taylor and his agent were given permission to seek a trade because the Colts want them to get humbled. Right? They're going to go out and they're going to try to find trade partners and they're going to try to find somebody that will trade assets for Jonathan Taylor and then give Jonathan Taylor the contract he wants. The contract Jonathan Taylor wants is to be the highest paid running back in the league. It's that simple. And nobody's going to do that. They're just not. The usage from Wisconsin, the usage from the Colts at 26 years old, coming off an ankle surgery, nobody's going to do that. So they're going to go out, they're going to get humbled. They're going to get a lot of people telling them that they're being unrealistic for what they're asking. And at the end of the day, what's going to happen? Okay. Either someone is crazy enough to trade for him and pay him, or the more likely outcome, JT comes back to the team the week before the regular season starts and he tries to earn the new contract. Okay, there's also a third option where he doesn't play this season, but what's he going to do, man? Like, you have to pay for the lifestyle. So, even though he's not making what he's worth, he has to make some money. Like, he's a millionaire at this point. He has to make some money and be able to do something. So, I don't know what the situation is going to be. I laid out the likely outcomes here, but I felt like it was necessary to go through and revisit everything from the start. Like, figure out what's been said by everybody on both sides and how this is all really gone. People are sitting here saying the Colts and Jim Irsay don't want to pay anybody. Like, bro, look at the history. Just look at the history, and it will tell you that they pay great players. And sure, historically, Marshall Faulk and Edwin James didn't get paid. I understand that. That's also the NFL. Like, it again, it's a business. It's a tough situation. I understand, but like, this is the way things are, man. And if Jonathan Taylor wants to get paid, like, right now is the time to get paid on the Colts. While you have a rookie quarterback as a rookie, bro, just play a couple games, be really good, get paid. It's that simple, right? So, with that said, that's going to wrap up this video. I'd love to know what your opinion is of it. You let me know down in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe with notifications on to stay up to date on anything that happens in this Jonathan Taylor situation. And as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.